So while I'm uploading my Tuesday, February, I think 7th porta on a YouTube, it's around like, I don't know, 9:30 a.m. I saw that when I was talking about the eggs, you know how they make issue about white eggs and how they placed the hair in my eggs, right? And a stone in my omelet, right? So they called, then all these calls are not random. The spam calls that you even people get, I don't think so they are not random, because a lot of these calls makes no sense. Like, for example, I just called back and the call did not even go through. There was no even ringing. Okay, so some of these calls does not even make sense. However, what city they called from? York. Y-O-R-K was the name. So it sounds like yolk. Okay, Y-O-L-K. So they want to make issue about eggs that I'm talking about, right? The hair that they placed. And now, oh, white eggs, you don't use white eggs, but brown eggs are so expensive that I was bringing, and there's so many people who are not even eating, who have never eaten brown eggs ever. It was me who was bringing brown eggs in my house. But now that it's so expensive that I'll stop bringing in. Okay. Oh no, but we're gonna make issue about white eggs. No, you don't eat white eggs. Oh, this filled with all kind of poisons in there. You will die tomorrow. Okay. So now these people want to make issue about white eggs. Okay. So they will place the hair in my white eggs, stones in my food, and they will have somebody call me from York. Okay, city name of the city is York, and when I call back, the phone does not even ring. Okay, so now you know how these spam calls work. They work in synchronizations. Even like sometimes they don't want me to cook something, the phones I will get is potential spam or junk. That is their other. When they used to do a lot of heavy targeting, when they used to start calling me, go to ex-FBI agent Geral Sosbee's website. He has mentioned that, oh, now when the target comes home, we start to call after, we start to make calls after calls, 10, 15 calls in the to the target, so the target cannot rest peacefully. So the target is all scrambled up. This target is so irritated and all that. Okay, so that is ex-FBI agent, the stalker I'm talking about. He has mentioned all about my targeting on his website. So he's the same person probably who is calling. It's called York. Okay, so to make synchronization with yolk of the egg. Okay, this is what they do. This is exactly what they do. And when I just texted my hubby about what do you want for lunch, and he loves, he's not like, he doesn't like too much of Indian food every day. So yesterday, like I said, I just cooked Indian food, and yet these people had to make so much issue that they gave me burn on my right cheek, they gave me electric shocks, pulling off my eardrum, hair in my food, stones in my food, and then the crawling here, and then the poking needle pains in the abdomen. They did all this right yesterday, and then again still they were not satisfied. They gave me the dream that, oh, your kitchen, your house was burning on and there was fire there, don't cook there. Oh, it's everything is on fire, your kitchen. So this is what they do. Then now after I texted my hubby what he wants, and so he said he wants the but it's a different kind of sandwich that I make, and the fruit juice. So he said, yeah, he's fine, he wants that. So immediately my leg was like this, it was stretched out. So they immediately started crawling right here, and the moment I took my legs out to make the video, they again stopped. You see how they are playing games? They know exactly when I'm putting my legs out. They know when even if I don't even turn on the video, if my phone is even away, but the moment I pull out my legs, they know that, oh, now she's looking at her legs, because they can see what I see, they can hear what I say, they can read my thoughts. So accordingly, they will immediately stop. So now I cannot even record that. But however, I've shown a live recording to my mother and father when they had given me here on my right, somewhere here they had started. And I had shown my skin part, and I showed, look how they are twitching right now in front of you, and they had seen it. And I was telling, because back then I had just made noodles for my hubby that he wanted. So I told you how they place cockroach. Oh, you don't make noodles. So the moment I go to take noodles out from my pantry, there is a cockroach right here, and the cockroach is nothing but Geral Sosbee, ex-FBI agent. Then they will start poking me on my, giving me poking needle pains, or they will have crawling on my, or twitching, muscle twitch here. And then I think that very day I was making milk for my hubby with almonds and cashews and pista and all that, pistachios and saffron and all that, right? I was making milk for him. And while I'm making, they started to twitch here at the right side of my leg so heavily that back then I used to get so much frustrated, and I used to get anger that, oh, you want to, because they provoke me like this. And so I got so angered that I did not even complete that milk, and I had to literally go inside and my bedroom, and I'm like, okay, now I will show you that that I'm not going to serve, because, oh, you be the slave, you serve this and don't serve that. And so I felt so bad at that time, and that is when they started to twitch the right side of my thigh for half an hour. Continuous twitching they did, and I had to show it to my mother and father that, look. And I'm telling them that this is going on for dictation purpose, super interrogation purpose. And you're like, oh no, there's something physical problem. Like, no, this is the dictation and super interrogation going on. Their programming is going on, as into lady also talks about that, how she was being programmed. But in her case, she was programmed on the other side. So anything on the left is wrong, and anything on the right side is correct for her. But because I read her article, these people started to do programming with me on the opposite side. So anything on the right side is wrong, and anything on the left side is correct. So that is exactly how they started to very first this sharp cuts that they started to give was on my right finger here. They give me, I was making tea, and actually I posted a note on my iPhone. I was using an older iPhone back then, iPhone 4 or 5 or something. I wrote in my notes, okay, that, oh, do you want me to make tea? Okay, in the evening time, I was all alone in my house. They gave me one cut here. So I knew that, oh, now they said that, oh, don't cook that. So they already use right hand to start to saying that, oh, no, don't do that. And the index finger, it means, no, don't do that. Okay, that is how they started my programming. Then I wrote, oh, here, just because you said no, here I just made the tea. And exactly underneath the cut that they give me a parallel cut. Again, a parallel cut, razor sharp cut, that if your skin is breaking up, it cannot give you razor sharp cuts with bleeding. No, it's not possible. Not razor sharp cuts. I know when a skin tears, it's a different kind of tear. It cannot give you razor sharp cuts unless somebody's using a razor to cut it. But yes, when I actually even met somebody in India who said that, he showed me on his fingers that, look, he even got these razor sharp cuts, and he said that he does this magic to get rid of the evils or devils or whatever. And so he was saying that how these entities, the negative entities, they can give razor sharp cuts. And I knew that obviously they were, initially all these government people were saying, oh, it's directed energy weapons, everything is so directed, and I'm like, how can you direct, if you're giving me a cut, how can you direct your weapon to make a parallel cut? Even if you try to shoot somewhere, you have a laser on somebody, you have a laser, you're targeting somebody. How can you pinpoint in that little minute area, you're not even in my house. It's just not possible to pinpoint and then to make a parallel cut. Who are these people fooling? It's obvious it's witchcraft, and that is why Billy Crone pastor said that they have 300 witches in one military base. What are these witches doing? Thomas Jefferson, Benjamin Franklin, all these presidents, they were Freemasons. Entire Washington DC is played architecturally. It is on upside down pentagram. All the streets and the Great Seal, everything reflects Freemasonic symbols, Osiris and Isis, all these obelisks, and there are so many obelisks. Even Almas Jacob has exposed that how these obelisks you'll see in so many different parts of the world, not only in Vatican but also in so many different parts of the world, because that is what was used as a male organ to invoke Osiris, the Egyptian god. And then they use the order of the New Ages on the Great Seal itself. So who are these people fooling? Who is this ex-FBI agent fooling when they say, oh, we use directed energy weapons? It's just not possible. It's pure witchcraft and voodoo, and that is what Almas Jacob had exposed during Messi, who's a sports player, footballer, and he was playing, and right on the field the ball is just hanging right there, and all the players are surrounding the ball, and the ball is just hanging in air, and somebody, and you know where the net is, where they do the goal, some player threw the voodoo doll inside, and even they placed the voodoo doll in the ground. And so Almas Jacob was pausing the video. He was showing each and every clip, each and every scene, that look, your voodoo, your witchcraft, your black magic is being done right in front of your eyes. So anybody who's saying that my muscle twitch is from physical, no, it has nothing to do with it. Comes from exactly because it is synchronized with the electric shock on my head. How can I give my electric shock to myself? And just on the right side of my, why everything is on the right side of my head, right? Or the right side. When I was getting cuts on, even on my face everywhere. Oh yeah, it's just your skin, it's your skin. Oh yeah, when I was having bugs in my house, which was so weird. It's obvious, like the bugs would come only where I am in this such a big house, okay? It's not obvious, it's not normal. It has to be witchcraft, and all this started with the Jehovah's Witness who used to come to my house for 2 years. Even they used to wear Indian dress, Indian saris and Indian dress. And so they will target my home specifically, and they took my handwritten name and they took it. Back then, I had never heard of the words like black magic or witchcraft, but I knew something was off. I could tell that intuitively, I could tell that. But I had no clue what it was. And later, as I studied astrology, I came to know what witchcraft is, what black magic is. Then I studied my own astrological chart, and I came to know I have such a strong black magic combination in my chart. And that is why all this black magic not only was going on now, that they are doing more and more for control purpose, but all this black magic had started in 2001 when I was in India, and it all made sense, the way I started to get chicken pox, all the BS thing that I started to get right after that 2001, I'm like, okay, it all makes sense that how these people were involved in witchcraft. And black magic. So yeah, even like I said, I just texted my hubby that, you want to have sandwich, and they started to again give me twitches here. But because my leg was inside, I could not see. The moment I took it out, they stopped.